Hi, and welcome back to our kitchen. It's been a snowy, blizzardy day. They called it a snow squall, but to me it was a blizzard. It was like blowing 25 miles an hour and the cars going up and down the hill could hardly see. But it's over now. The sun's out. We're happy. The electricity didn't go out. So today I'm going to make for you and show you how to make a gluten-free, dairy-free chicken pot pie, but we're going to put cornbread on the top instead of a pastry. It's easier for us gluten-free people to do that instead of rolling out the dough and stuff. So let me take you over to the stove and I'll show you how we're going to do it. Okay, we start out with 3 tablespoons of butter, and you can use oil, you can use whatever oil you want. We want 3 tablespoons so that the flour will mix in with the oil and make a gravy. So 3 tablespoons of butter. This was plant butter. And I have 2 stalks of celery, chopped fine. I have 1 onion, and I have some red bell pepper. Actually, that's half a red bell pepper because I didn't have any more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a can of diced chilies later. I want this to start to get translucent, and that means get soft and clear. The onions get more clear than what they are now. So I'll be right back, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, these vegetables have wilted down pretty well. I've got it on 9 or high, pretty high on my stove. I'm going to put it down to a 7, which is medium, actually medium high. And next we want to put the garlic in. Now I'm cheating today. I didn't feel like chopping garlic cloves, so I'm going to use the good old jarred kind. This is about 4 teaspoons, which, believe it or not, is 4 cloves of garlic. And we put this in at the end so it won't burn. So we're going to mix this around, let it heat up a little bit for, I'm going to say 30 seconds to a minute. And we don't want it to burn, so we got to keep an eye on it, because once it burns, it doesn't taste good. Next, I'm going to add the green chilies I told you. Just a can of diced, mild green chilies. Just like a bell pepper cut up is basically what I would describe it as. It's not spicy. They're just to supplement my red peppers because I didn't have enough. Okay, now it looks like we might need some more oil for our gravy. So I'm going to add 1 more tablespoon of the plant-based oil. Get that mixed in and melted. I'll be leaving the recipe down below in the description box, or to show more. When I get back to the counter, and I'll take you through the steps of what you have to do first and what you have to do second. It's not hard. It's super easy. As you can see, all I had to do is chop some vegetables. Okay, next I want to add some spices. Now my spices are a teaspoon of pepper, a half a teaspoon of thyme, half a teaspoon of dill. If you don't have dill, forget about it. And then a half a teaspoon of poultry seasoning. Now if you don't have poultry seasoning, if you have sage, just use that. Now I want the spices to blend in with the oil and to hydrate a little bit, and even to plump out a little bit from the heat of the stove. But I don't want to do it very long because I don't want to burn the vegetables. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 cups of chicken broth stock. Now what I did, and I saw some lady do it on the internet, is she took her chicken breasts to boil them, and she boiled them in chicken stock out of the carton, nothing special. And I thought, well, that's smart, because she's reinforcing the taste of the chicken in the broth without adding any chicken bouillon or anything. Now, I haven't put any salt in here yet. Y'all know why you shouldn't add salt until you taste it, and because a lot of your products have salt in it. So I'm going to have this start coming up to a bubble, and it should be pretty soon. I can see it already. Wait for it. Okay, now I want to add 1/4 cup of gluten-free flour. I'm not going to quite add it all right now. And I'm going to take my little whisk. Gluten-free flour is very forgiving when you mix it in. Not like wheat flour. If this was wheat flour, I'd have clumps all over the place. But gluten-free flour is not the same. It's made out of different flours. And I think I'm going to add it all. It looks like it's going to be nice and thick. You need to get it bubbling before it can come to its thickness. Ooh, that looks good. See how thick it is? Next I'm going to add a whole cup. I can't use whole milk. I could use almond milk. I'm going to turn this down. Almond milk is what I usually use, or you could use any kind of milk of your choice. And I'm going to use coconut milk out of the can. This is light. This gives it the creaminess that your your dairy cream would do. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, the gravy's good. Hasn't gone away since I added the coconut milk. And next I'm going to add 2 pounds of chopped up boiled chicken. There's many ways you can make your chicken. You can bake it with seasonings on it. I prefer just salt and pepper. You can fry it in this frying pan before you add anything else, and then cut it up. I just boiled mine. Nice and thick. Next I'm going to add 1 pack of classic mixed vegetables. This is lima beans, peas, green beans, carrots. No potatoes in this one. And I'm going to mix this in. And to tell you the truth, it looks like it needs more liquid. I'm going to add about 1 cup more of the broth in there. And I need to bring it to a boil to see how the gravy's doing. Now at this point, once you get everything mixed up, that's when you taste it. So I'm going to get this mixed up, bring it to a boil, taste it, and then I'll show you the next step. Here I am with, I had to have cameraman Paul help me dump the contents of the skillet into the pan, the dish, because it was too heavy for me. I told you I was going to tell you the steps. First thing I did is I boiled the chicken. I had 3 chicken breasts, and they were halfway frozen. I just put them in a pan on the stove. Like I say, I added chicken broth or chicken stock, and then what I did is I added a bay leaf. This is not necessary. You don't have to do this. And I added some thyme. And I let it boil for, I'm going to say 20 to 30, no, it was 20 minutes. You don't want to get it too overdone or it'll get dry. And then I strained the, or I took the chicken out. I strained the broth back into the measuring cup. And that took out those impurities. It took out a lot of the, it took out the bay leaves for one. Second step, I got a commercial, commercial, I guess you wouldn't say commercial, off the shelf, gluten-free cornbread mix. Now, I do have a video telling you how to make cornbread that's equivalent to Jiffy Mix. So, but today I just need something easy. My back and my legs are killing me today, so if I feel like I'm rushing you, I'm sorry. Now I've got the rested. You want to make sure you do this before you make your chicken. You let it sit on the counter and rest. The reason you do that is you need to hydrate those flours, the gluten-free flours, in with the egg. It takes 1 egg, 1 cup of milk, and 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil, but you could use coconut oil, whatever you want. Okay, now I'm new to this, so I'm going to scoop out some of this cornbread mix, and I forgot to tell you, I did add a little salt at the end after I tasted it. Not much, maybe just about a pinch. Okay, it's working out really good. It's nice and thick. I did spray my 1/4 cup measuring cup with the oil, spray oil, and I'm just going to dollop it in places instead of putting it over the whole thing. Since it's nice and thick, I think it's because it sat here. I'm not sure. And then another cheater thing I did, don't tell anybody, I put some jalapenos in the cornbread mix. We really like jalapenos. And for me, as long as I'm not using a lot of them, I'm fine. I should have did more piles of this. If I have leftovers, I can always make some muffins. But let me see what I can do. Yeah, I could put some over here. Try to get them all evenly sized because they're going to be baking at the same temperature in the oven. 375. I'm going to put this in the oven for about, I'm going to put it 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. I'm going to check it with a toothpick in the muffin mix and see if, as long as they're not like all doughy yet still. And 30 minutes maybe. Let it go 10 more minutes. If it's still not done, 10 more minutes. Okay, we're getting there. I will come back and show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, I wanted to show you what it looked like before I taste it. It's boiling hot right now, so I'm going to let it sit and cool a little bit, and then I'll be back to show you what it tastes like. Okay? If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Push the bell button down below to see my new videos coming out, and push the like button, the thumbs up. Anyhow, I've been waiting for this to cool. Like I say, I will leave the recipe and all the steps down in the show more section. And I want to get a little bit of the biscuit and a little bit of gravy and vegetables, and I got to blow on it. It's really good. Be kind to your neighbors, support your local businesses, and I'll see you next time. Bye.